What it is, YouTube, it's your boy Robert, aka The Credentials, back here again with my new segment we call DaCreds Talk, where topics that need to be answered. And I'm going to let my crew introduce themselves.
I'm Armani. I'm Raina. I'm Essence.
And we go this way. I'm Tate.
Jake Israel.
G.
All right, today we're going to talk about toxic families. How did toxic family affect you?
I feel like it affects your relationships when you get older. Because, like, when women don't have men in their lives, they just don't, go for whoever when they get older.
Like women, sometimes they'll depend on a man to get what they didn't get from their father. And so that can just make them dependent on the male. And then when they lose the man, then they're just like trying to go back to a bad situation. So that could be something.
I feel like when people have children young, they're not really ready to be parents. And when the child grows up, they sort of pick up on that. So it kind of like affects their relationship with their parent. Because the parent is still growing up and now the child is growing up. So it's just like a bunch of kids in one household. And just, it can't prosper until, you gotta grow up.
That's crazy. That's actually really true though. My mama had me real young, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, as I got older, I was mad at my mama for certain stuff. Like as far as like, supporting me and always being there for me. But it's like, she never had that growing up, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's kind of hard to expect that from somebody that never had it, you know what I'm saying? Like, mama had me at 15, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, she's still growing up herself, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, a lot of stuff come and play with it, you know what I'm saying? As I got older, I started to just realize how she really was and how stuff really seemed, you know what I'm saying? After a while, once you just realize how toxic a person can be, you kind of just separate yourself from love people from a distance.
Yeah. I mean, I really ain't that I remember experiencing a toxic family member because it's always so distant. So I have seen somebody have being their mother being toxic to them because she's so deeply in love with her dude and he treated her wrong, so she's taking that anger out on the kid. You know what I'm saying? So it affected him growing up. So that's why I feel like a lot of that can really take place being toxic. So I really can't say too much on this topic for real. But I do agree with what they said too though, about how the parents having them, and some dudes some generations dudes, your father will be there. But I'm not saying this because your father wasn't there. I don't mean you blame. But once you get older and realize damn, it really wasn't her fault. You really can see what was going on. You was just too young to know about it.
Man, shit, I'm in the same boat, Durante, for real. Cause like my mama, she didn't really have that support system and same love and stuff too. So for a long time, I blamed her for not giving to me and my brothers. But I don't know, I had to really mature myself and realize that she didn't have it, so she don't know how to give it. I was raised on survival more than love. So I was raised to basically just always know how to take care of myself and my family. But I don't know, I'm grateful.
True.
I don't really have a toxic family member.
That's why I like how now that I think about how I used to be ungrateful, now I just try to give, I try to give more than I receive to my family. Not to, I'm saying to my brothers and my mom, shit like that. So that's why I respect her because she did come up a single parent, you know what I'm saying, and raise me. So now I'm damn, I'm really grateful that I'm here. And she loved that about me a lot.
Me personally, I'll say pick up what Teron and Rante was saying. Kind of raised up survivor. My mama, she a mother of 4. So she worked a lot. Cause you got 4 mouths to feed, including yourself. So it's gonna be hard to be always at home being caring. She tried to do what she had to do, but growing up, I didn't really hear "I love you" unless it's a family event.
True.
Yeah.
So me being me, I learned how to do a lot of shit on my own. That's why I people helping me out a lot of times because they don't really get where I come from when I say certain shit. So
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy that you said that. Bro. I really broke a cycle in my house, bro. Without me even being there. These last 2 years, bro. I don't leave my mama's house without saying I love you to my brothers.
That's crazy because when I was little, I never used to say
I never tell my mama I love you. Now it's just
that shit.
It's really because I ain't really saying because it's me, but it's really because I'll start okay. Y'all know how mama is. Y'all know how this goes. You know how this goes. you just don't show it. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm more comfy. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all. Come chill with them for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just stuff like that, bro. You know, stuff like that. You just gotta put in reps with that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Make it more comfortable.
Yeah.
I definitely felt it was uncomfortable. Like, I didn't feel like I needed to say it.
True, because you already knew, but you just got, it's just something that wasn't a habit. So
I think you think it's something that's like, as you get older, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? You think it's something like that, probably? Or
you learn more.
Somebody said parents don't understand how much those 3 words really mean. And I feel like that's really underrated.
But that's true, but you can't like, because people raise differently, you know what I'm saying? So you can't judge them off of that. Like, they probably went through something like, so you really, I don't know. That's why I don't ever judge until I get to know, you know?
Who equate love with like material things and financial things. Like, just because you went to work and you coming in the house with Uggs, because I got all sisters. So just because you coming in with clothes for us and all of that, that still doesn't like.
No,
it doesn't count. I can count on my hand like how many times I had like softball practice, softball games. My mama was not in the stands. It was my sister.
Shit like that. I mean, like they be having stuff to do too. They understand. Like, some parents don't understand. Like, I want to be there, but it's just I'm by myself. It's like, because it's a lot of parents like say, let me see. It's like a ratio. You know how white parents like they work from home. I mean, they don't work from home. They stay home. They have time to do all that. If you're a single parent, you can't do all that. You gotta make sure if y'all have dinner to eat tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, these bills gonna stay on. Like,
I get that. I honestly agree with that, bro. And that's kind of the sort, you know what I'm saying, my little situation. But like, it just the free time too, though. Like when mom ain't have free time, and I'm letting her know, you know what I'm saying, like this, that, you know what I'm saying, still choose not to go, you know what I'm saying, like that's the type of shit, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm like really like the material shit, like bro, I don't care, like, you know what I'm saying, I never really had shit to really, you know what I'm saying, care about the material shit, like, you know what I'm saying, quality time, you know what I'm saying.
If it ain't really benefiting them, because them going to a game is not really benefiting them keeping the light bill on, bro. So that's really like that's some petty stuff. Unless it's really a wake up call. Oh, your son got the scholarship. Then that's when
But you gotta think about like in that though. But you gotta think about that though. Like what you say right now. Yeah. That shit gotta start.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like bro, it was so hard for me to go certain places because I just started playing basketball until like 6, 7 years. I don't know nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like where am I gonna play?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying, bro? It's like all the smart. Honestly, I'm being honest. All the smart parents know that if you want your kid to do something, you're gonna invest in your kid. Bro.
True.
I don't care what nobody say, but it's hard. It's hard when you in just in them environments and so used to like people just coming up and not really throwing their kids in sports and trying to do this other articulate stuff for their kids. You know what I'm saying? They just want their kids to grow up, go to school, graduate, to try to do something they didn't really do. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of stuff that play in that. I don't think parents understand.
They gotta understand that their kid can be different too. Like some parents don't like how different they want some women and some fathers want them to be like them. Like, I'm not the same person as you. Everybody they different in their own little way, you know what I'm saying? That's what they gotta understand. And that's to me, I feel like that's how they was raised. So it's really the old generation. I ain't blaming them or nothing, because like they gotta learn from something too. So that means they parents, like our grandmothers, would have to be telling them that, so they was getting us ready for that, you know what I'm saying? Like then again, like if we make a mistake and y'all didn't want us to, y'all gonna still have to like suck it up, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody make mistakes, like everybody not perfect. You can't be mad at I know parents that be mad at their kids because like say a girl get her daughter get pregnant and stuff like that, and she didn't want it because that's what she did. That don't mean you can't be successful. I know a lot of people that, you know, they stable as hell, they living good with it, and they had a baby at a young age. So you just can't bash nobody for that, you know.
Somebody said toxic family members might be worse than a toxic relationship, honestly.
True. Yes. They there forever.
And it starts when you're young, so you're growing up and you become toxic yourself. Like, you don't even know it until it's too late.
Parents play a role in your relationship too.
Really big.
Prime example, movies give it up to give you out of signs right there. That's what I'm saying.
Like, how do y'all think that affects our relationship though?
Cause that's your parent. Like you gonna listen to them at the end of the day, or you gonna think you're gonna take it with a grain of salt, but like you gonna go in there like, oh, my mama said this, so maybe I can look out for that.
Once you get older, I feel like you gotta tell your mama what's up. You know what I'm saying? This is my girl. She gonna respect you, so you gotta have the same respect for her.
Right.
It's not you're not about to keep disrespect. I understand that, but that's how people mess up. They get their parents and friends involved in their relationship. That make their mama like that. You know what I'm saying? And some parents was raised to like, no, she not about to take my son away, but you gotta let her know, like, I'm gonna still be here. You my mama, regardless. But this is my girl, you know what I'm saying? You gotta respect that.
Well, you said how do they influence your relationship?
Yeah.
For me, I feel like growing up, I see my parents kind of argue a lot. So when I got in a relationship, like I just feel like we were supposed to argue. Like if you wasn't arguing,
That's toxic as fuck.
if you're not arguing with me, you don't care. So I'm just like, if you want me to leave, you can just say that. Like, and I felt like that was definitely toxic. I had to.
Yeah. And then they take it the wrong way. Like, oh, we arguing. Oh, you love me. We arguing.
You don't care. And it's gonna start another argument. Talking about argument. So, oh God, I toot a little bit. Real. I don't got time. You know that.
All right, somebody says, is it okay to separate from a toxic family member but still love them from a distance?
Yeah.
Separate from a toxic family member but still love them from a distance. I do it all the time.
That's for anybody.
If you ain't got a family like that, then y'all perfect. I'm sorry, nobody's perfect.
At all.
Hell yeah.
Like, why do you think, like, do you gotta grow up to learn that, like, that not technique, but, like, you gotta grow up to, like, learn that, in my opinion, because when you around toxic family members, you won't know it when you're young until you get older, because you understand more. Mm-hmm. So, the older you get, you be like, all right, bro, I can't really be around you all the time.
But when you're young,
I've been around that.
But when you're young,
I've been around that shit my whole life. I swear to God.
True.
But you couldn't really, like, get away from
Facts.
That's what I'm saying.
You can't get out of that situation like that until you know.
But it's like if you raise around, you're gonna be like that until you realize that it's not right.
Yeah.
So it's really up to you. But people mature different, bro. So
Or not mature.
it's really up to time. Shit, time gonna tell, bro. For real.
Do you think toxic families affect the relationship you have with others, not knowing how to be very affectionate?
Oh yeah.
I feel like I could be distant from everybody, really. Cause like,
No.
I wouldn't, like you said, like I wouldn't grew up to say I love you. Like I don't say that to my brothers. I barely say it to my mama. Like I'm just now starting to say it more to my mama. Like I barely give my mama hugs. Like, it's just something I wasn't raised on. But like I said, I feel like I could be distant sometimes, and I try to change it, but it's like
It's just you now.
yeah, it's just like it's me.
You ain't gotta change for nobody, bro.
But it's still like sometimes I feel bad because I love all my niggas, but it's like I can't say that. Like I can't tell you I love you. Like this is something like I don't know. This just makes me
Trying
try
to
to
say, bro, like,
You would know it's there, bro. You should know it's there, bro. If you motherfucker really love you, they don't know. Like
you can see what they do. Like, you don't gotta
They do
see
shit
it.
out of out of their comfort zone to help you and shit. You know what I'm saying?
So, I think me personally, I think it's gonna be hard. Cause like what bro was saying, I tell my niggas like I love them, bro, because you know some people don't understand what that is, and I try to tell them like every chance I get, like even if it's a situation, I show them. And like me and bro was in the car, like we ain't had no money, bro. We split a fucking burrito we got from somebody else. Like you tested by challenges like that, like. If that's your nigga or whoever your friend or whatever the case may be, you gonna be tested by challenges and obstacles all throughout the time. I don't give a fuck about family members, none of that shit. If like all that shit that you do from here on out, that's on you, not on your family. I don't give a fuck what nobody saying.
Yeah, sometimes friends be more family than family.
Facts.
That's literally me. Like I'm more close to my friends than I am my family. So like when my friends hurt me, it hurts way more than if a family member were to do
That's
something.
because you're around them most of the time. So
Yeah.
It's gonna fuck you up.
And you get to actually choose them. Like,
Yeah, you talk to them more than you talk to your family.
Yeah, it's definitely me too. So I don't mention my family at all. Like at all. Like, I'm already close to my friends. Is my family.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, I love my family, but if we don't talk every day, I really be talking to my niggas like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think
not even
people
on a date, you know what I'm
realize
saying?
that. They don't really realize that like
Yeah.
your friends really become your family because your family don't be as close as they think they are. And when you tell people that, they always thinking like, oh, he just talking back or he argumentative and shit
they
like
can
that.
be fake too. Like my friends not fake, bro. Like my family be
I've been
fake.
seeing
Yeah.
cousins
Talk about you. When they say they help you, but then talk about you. My friend wouldn't do that,
talk
bro.
about your family.
Yeah, and my friend would give me a place to lay my head first. My family will.
bro, it's crazy. Like when shit, like bro, when I'm in jail, when I was used to be in jail, like I never thought I'd call a family member. Like,
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying? So
You'll either call like, you know, say if you got a girlfriend that you really deeply in love with, you really call her because she gonna really try to help you out with anything. Or you just call your right hand man. You know what I'm saying?
See me, my family, like I'm really close with my family, and I got like a bunch of sisters, and I got a brother, and my aunties and stuff. Like we're all super close. Like we was just raised on that. But then when I started going to school, like I went to UA, so I was with them from like kindergarten to 12th grade. So anybody that I'm like still friends with now, we've been friends for like 15 years. So they're like my sisters and my brothers and stuff like that. So it's like we really family.
Do being around a toxic family make you become toxic to the people you're around?
Mm-hmm. I feel like everybody's a product of their environment.
Yeah.
It's just how I used to handle it.
It's how you handle it though. You
It sounds simple.
You do sound
you take down nobody else.
Let me give you an example, bro. Let me give you an example. Like that's something that's really bad that I know I picked up from my mom, right? Yeah. Like my mama, she peeped the littlest stuff. So like, she gonna speak on, you know what I'm saying? So like, if somebody talking or she talking and somebody do a gesture, she gonna call it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that a problem? You know what I'm saying? Do you not? You know what I'm saying? But she not gonna come to you disrespectful. She's gonna ask. You know what I'm saying? But you probably ain't thinking she peeped. You know what I'm saying? And I got that bad too. Like, for example, like if I'm about to do something and I'm explaining this idea, this is what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? And everybody agreed, and this one person agreed. I'm peeping it out the bat. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's your problem? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying though, like people gotta learn how to talk, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about what you say, it's about how you say it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not coming to nobody on disrespectful stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just speak your heart, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that's kind of how my mom is, bro. My mama like, that's why like I knew like. Bro, like that's why I used to get mad with zodiac signs, bro, because I know like anybody can be anybody. I don't give a fuck what the sign is. Yeah. My mama's a Scorpio, I'm a Leo. When I tell you like she always had to be right mentality, and that shit rubbed off on me. So when people used to say it, it used to blow the fuck out of me.
Your mama a Leo?
No, she is Scorpio. So she'd be like, she'd say something, for instance, just thinking she right. Your birthday can be tomorrow. She'd be like, your birthday next week. Yeah. And she'd make sure that you know it's next week. Yeah. Somebody said, should you approach the toxic traits or sweep them under the rug and love them from who they are?
Hold on, say that one more time.
You're talking about
should you approach the toxic traits or sweep them under the rug and love them from who they are? I mean, it's talking about family.
You should approach it, but if approach it don't work, then they don't want to better themselves at that point.
That's when you distance. That's why you distance.
Then that's when you go under the rug.
That's when you love it from a distance.
I think that's how that really do work though.
It's like older people. I wouldn't like, cause you know, I'm not gonna say you can't teach an old dog new tricks type of thing. It's like, I think it does work when it comes to some older people. Like they just stuck in their ways. Like there's nothing.
That's how they was.
That's a generation thing.
That was how they was really raised. Right. It was different how we got raised from how they got raised. That was different. And you see how it's different how we was raising the kids nowadays. We didn't have all that. See, it's changing every damn decade.
I'm gonna give you an example. So, if I correct my mom on something, it's considered you talking back or being disrespectful. Mm-hmm. But if I don't agree with something, like I told you, my mama always gotta be right. So I just eliminate myself from the situation. That's why my family be like, bro, you really just don't be bothering nobody. Why? Like, why don't I deal with that? Like, because I know if I do this, it's a consequence to that, and I gotta deal with some more shit on top of that. Mm-hmm. So I literally I delete myself from the equation, bro. Like, I don't be hanging around people I don't hang out with no more. Like, if we used to hang out every day, bro, it's over with, bro. Like, I can't be around that shit too much, bro. That's just something I learned from my family. I don't know about y'all.
I just kind of had to understand that my mom was young when she had me, and she really wasn't ready to be. She had 3 girls at a young age, and it's just kind of like she wasn't ready to be a parent. And I was mad at her for a long time, but like now it's just kind of like I understand. Like, well, I don't understand because I'm not pregnant. But I was like I forgave her, and it's just kind of like heal it and move on.
But I think you're not gonna we judging from or having an outside look from just or we actually have an inside look, how to handle the situation now because we older. But speaking of the mindset, when we in it and we younger, we not gonna know how to handle it nor how to we just gonna be oh, they treating me bad. I don't know why I have this going on with me. I don't deserve this, all that stuff. But we get older and we understand, okay, they grown. They were young when they had us, so they didn't really know how to handle the situation in the first place. We all learning, to be quite honest. Even grown-ups is learning. So we can't we can hold them accountable to a certain extent, not to the full extent.
Yeah. Somebody said, how do you separate from a toxic person that you love before you become toxic with them? That's a good ass question.
Before you become toxic with them?
Sometimes you just gotta learn, bro. Sometimes you just gotta learn how, because that toxic love, that shit can be serious.
I'm cool.
In a relationship or in a relationship, block.
But look, you saying block, but you block for how many days though?
Forever.
No,
It sounds sweet.
It's 3 days and not that fucking.
No, 2 days later.
After 3 days.
It sounds sweet.
It sounds hella sweet.
It sounds sweet.
Right.
How do you separate from a toxic person that you love before becoming toxic with them? So basically, they're toxic.
Like
You're
you
not.
said, you gotta.
You gonna become toxic.
You ain't gonna know because like your love gonna be there. It's gonna come out of nowhere. Probably y'all gonna do bad habits and it's gonna bring it out of nowhere, bro. So like you'll never know. Bro.
I was with somebody. This girl faked the whole pregnancy. Like
So I don't get you started.
faked the whole
Who's finna
pregnancy.
drag a bitch? No cap.
That was somebody I could not leave alone. I ain't gonna care. This is somebody I could leave alone.
And then she's on a baby, like damn.
Bro, we was
That
sick.
did
We
it,
was
but,
sick.
Before that, I don't know, that toxicity, it's just, I don't know, bro, it's just hard to explain.
That bitch
I
is
would
dead.
say to remove yourself out of the situation. Like you're not gonna know nothing when you're in it. Yo, and the red flags ain't gonna show until you out of it, basically. And then when you out of it, they're gonna just like everything's gonna start to add up. You're gonna be like, oh,
I think that's
well, I remember this day. I remember that day.
I think the red sweet though. It is not that sweet.
Oh no, it's gonna be
It's
hard.
not that
There's
sweet.
nothing easy about it, but you gotta go through
You just
it.
got you gotta tell yourself like don't if you keep going back, it's just gonna get worse and worse.
Yeah.
I say don't listen to your friends. Sometimes.
Sometimes people think it's just a phase.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely not the case.
What it is, YouTube? It's your boy Robert Credentials. I forgot to close out. Man, rookie mistakes, but we gonna get better with time. Let me know if y'all like the first episode. You know what I'm saying? We didn't shot multiple shots, but this video right here felt the best to us and me. So with that being said, make sure you like this. Make sure you comment. Like, please comment topics that y'all want us to talk about. Like controversial topics, you know what I'm saying? Stuff that can get like, you know what I'm saying, the crowd hype, get us hype. You know what I'm saying? Don't pick no boring topics, y'all. We not finna do all that. You know what I'm saying? I got a great cast. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a lot of energy. We enthusiastic with all our topics that we pick and choose. But the whole point of this show is for you guys out there watching this to pick our topics so we can just get on top of them so we can understand how y'all feeling, how we feel. Woo, woo, woo. Anyway, make sure you subscribe.